It's more like the end of the world, and then this is happening, when they come to Africa, and then hey, we are being suppressed, and hey, Akufo-Addo, and hey, whatever, bro. This is just a mini. How will I say? This is a small scale part of not even the. I'm not even going to creation or existence of just even the physical plane. Even though the physical plane, Mami Chemumra, in this Milky Way galaxy, even this planet cry in our solar system is small, very small as compared to the others. You see, so life itself, you see, is very such interesting thing. So very good because those things happen in your life. It happened now, though good. I mean, again, and it will seem like end of the world, whatever is going, hey, worry, and then this kind of all things happening. This is happening. I mean, again, I could say it's nothing. I mean, about attention. It's nothing if I could say it from the higher point of view. See, it's not something you should give much attention on. You see, but again, the individual will not understand because of the state of consciousness. Because that person feel that is his life, that is who. I mean, he's living by the what the society have said for him or her, how he view the universe to be, how he view the world to be. You see, but on the scale, bro, this is not nothing. It has nothing to even has to do with the soul of who you are. You see, but the the cognitive dissonance will come in when the person not having the awareness of the greater reality beyond. And this thing we will say reality beyond. Although you can get a source of knowledge from it, but the experiential part, if you want to know the actual thing, the experiential part is what will actually bring your attention to it. Like the people who die, you see. When you're in the physical, oh, died, you die, you do this, oh, you die, whatever. They will not give much attention, okay? But when they transcend, when the times come, they'll be like, wow. And then their life will be just be going. They'll have a short, when you're about to die, those people, when they're about, you get a flash of most of the things you did on the physical. Some of us have it, some of us will not have it. It depends on your state of consciousness. And you see what you did in life, and when you go there, you like, why did I do this? Why was I doing this? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do this? It's good. Why? Because you are not having the state of consciousness or the knowledge and the wisdom of the whole view of what life is. Okay, so you thought life or your whole being as a soul was has been how do you call it? Has been minimized or maximized. I think minimized has been minimized small into this little planet, which is even small. In our solar system, it's very small. It is you think it all about this life, see, but there's more to life than what is happening in our life and what is actually happening in creation, not in creation, in this earth. Okay, so then if we can, you know, bring our attention, our awareness, our consciousness to this higher reality and try to widen our perspective, you know, widen our how we perceive the universe, our perception, and how we perceive the universe. If we're able to widen it enough, things will actually be clarified and be meaningful, and we will get a knowledge and wisdom from whatever is going on in our life and whatever we should do and the next step we should take. You see, so I think most of the time, we need to actually go beyond what we're actually doing. And like the first time, the time I was learning music, learning to read music, you see, me, I'm now reading hymns. I'm playing hymns, reading hymns and playing. But I find something like the more I learn classical music. Although classical music is very, very hard, but I mean, you're a small boy, you are now learn how to play hymns. You are going for classical music. But when I learn this, the more I learn, I try to learn about the classical music. You see, the hymn become very, very simple. It's more like the more you attach on the hard parts of the whole thing, the advanced parts, the normal thing, the normal one you are dealing with become very, very easy. And I get some state of, I was, just observing. I was like, wow, that's very, very interesting. Because the more, even though I was playing Mozart's, those kind of music, it was very, very hard. I couldn't know how to do it. But I was forcing small, small, small. When I could play some three lines or something, when I come into the hymns were very, very simple. I was just playing quick, quick, quick. You see? So the same thing analogy is playing in here. So um the more we are able to learn beyond what we know, or the next level of the game, the one we are on, or the lower one, like more like the more you go up, the lower one become, you know, easy. Okay. So once you are in the physical, for us to understand what actually is going on in our life, we cannot be life cannot be explained. Whatever is going in our life cannot be explained. Okay, like the physical state or the what we explain cannot be explained by just observing of just the physical. Like more like the physical state of consciousness cannot be explained by knowledge from the physical. That is why people don't understand the whole thing of the game, because even in creation, once we are in the physical plane, even what is actually sustaining the physical plane is the astral plane. You see, there's a house power, the power that sustains the physical plane, the planets, the universes, the galaxies, that holds all the suns together, that they will not crash. That power is is on the astral plane where the astral ruler is. That is where he hold the key. Okay, so if for us to understand the physical, we need to go beyond the physical so that we will get the broader view of the thing, because the planes of existence, the more you go up, the more big it becomes. Okay, so when I'm up, because this one, the one I was on was is small compared to the upper one, I can know the overall broader view of what the whole, because it's small, I'm a whole another bigger level. So this one becomes small. So I'll be able to grasp the whole thing easily. That is the reason why, again, for us to even understand creation as a whole, we need to go beyond creation. You see the level of the game. So that is why some of these things, like everything in life, even human nature, even if you want to know how, I think we are all men, how women act, how women are, some women, whatever. If you want to understand this thing, you need to go beyond, because it's through the astral that the physical is sustaining, that the physical, everything the physical is meaningful. That is why those who have attained astral state of consciousness live like a ghost, like a god. They live fruitfully in this physical. Those who even know how to communicate with angels, as a graduate people, people are just bowing down to them. Why? Because they have some sort of astral state of consciousness that they can talk with some angel, you know, or some entity in the astrals. Some have, they call spirits, who have, you know, what do you call it? What else? Ancestral worship, you know, working with energies, and even that is even the lower astral chrono. Look at how big they have become in the physical plane. Even that one chrono, it's more like it's not high, it's part of the matrix though. But look at how they are looking. People look like them very hard. Hey, they can even give your money. You give out their money. People see them as gods, and they will be just bowing down to them. Like, hey, these people, even this small, no. So you see the whole thing.
Peter, let me come
So
in
the more
for
you
a
move
minute.
up,
Peter, can I please come in for a minute?
yeah, Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah. You can
you're,
pick
you're
it.
talking about Ajagraja knowing a little bit about the lower astral realm and is having a lot of people controlling a lot of people in Ghana. That problem is due to
Yeah.
hardship in Ghana. Here in America, I have a friend who is a witch who knows too much than Ajagraja, but nobody knows her here. If you, I don't know if you want to ask,
Okay.
how do you call him, institute trader about this issue. Here in America right now, there are a lot of people who know Ajagraja doesn't know nothing, and nobody care about them. So that issue is due to hardship in Ghana.
Yeah.
Once Ghana, too many, it will be that will be easy quiet.
Or we could say it's due to a Ghanaian state of consciousness
Um,
or their
I think
knowledge.
say it's just the hardship period. Because if I give you an example, if you're in a religion and you leave Africa and you come back to America, me free Ghana, na me ba America no, na more religion. Me ba ha no, na time me kwan ekọ mosque ekọ bonfire, na tata me me because I have to work. Small, na religion die out of me because everything that I needed in Ghana that I was praying to achieve, I was getting it here without praying. I just gotta go out there and get it. I don't know if it makes sense. They make a institute trader can
Yeah,
explain to you better. I experience base. So
yeah, answer on. And then I make us a state of consciousness. Answer pick your the America no, or how omon for omo it's because it becomes omania be. Okay. Although I want to or something, everything there, is one level of offense. What that is the other aspect because omania be most of them, no, some of them, no, because even omo ani bu omo bi wo. But some new maybe say religion is an man you do as a na how a honor society, it shape you to be, when it be kind of intem or in your man maybe home. You see, but not all, even though because spiritual one way I'm a picture of can more American is more ground more job seek education. You see, so hardship and also very very important. Okay, hardship is very very important, but hardship also has to do with the state of consciousness, which um, 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 because although hardship will have say, you see, so if I have a knowledge, a high state of consciousness how the universe is working, I don't think meko or naso wakwa kotokoto because obey magic amami da koto and has say I don't know. I think the best thing I could do is find it hard to feed for myself. So hardship is also very very good because I think um if there is no money or something around, it's easy to control people or something. Yeah, but I think Ghana Hano, yeah, our main problem is you need be you see. Like obi can
I think
some
I agree
kakra
with you.
for now, not are you
Matthias.
yeah, na aye yeah, the kind of and your man can say about spirituality, any knowledge of how things work. Yeah, Peter. Hey, sorry, my network. Even businesses, any those kind of animal, you need be on. Maybe I don't know if it because of see Nisika they are. Maybe that is it. Yeah. So I think say that the if say ka yɛn nyinaa yɛnnim about some of the things we are talking about. I think this will be the sika akɔ akɔma. So ohiani kakra a wayɛ no de sika akɔ akɔma. Obi sɛ honhom bi anaasɛ ɔnyɛ honhom dwuma bi ma no. I think sɛ kakra na yɛwɔ no nka ebetumi de ayɛ adwuma bi ɛde aboa yɛn ho kakra na abɛn nam sɛ yɛn hɔ no yɛn nya ade kora no ɔka sɛ wo maame de wo ba bɛ wu. Ɛsɛ dɛ bi a no bi kakyɛ wɔ yi no. Wo bi ba bi na yɛm hyehye wei na wo sika ɔkɔbɔ besia de sɛ wo baabi a wonam kora wusuro. Who's also this guy? So I think most of the time, it has to do with knowledge, and a state of consciousness, Because maybe for me, say, I don't know the other can say, yeah, me do and I say, man, do. I don't know. So I think so, I don't know. Yeah. So Pekia, is it good or maybe
Wait,
Pekia?
wait, me know you agree. Me know you agree.
Pekia.
But it's not about hardship. I think it's about say, how many be you are right because Obi fi Ghana, bet in America, still the genus called Ghana. You are right about that. And okay.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. So I think so. Yeah, and only a problem. Ghana no one we have a very big problem. Even teaching about the whole conscious whatever thing no crown and the no more some the ma or monocran is not enough. Yeah. So we're on the scale now. Baby, you see, they are still on the old thing about home some now no it goes back to can no technology and a home sem. The bomb to me can be kakra about astral projection kakra. Sorry, minute. Obi to make about astral projection kakra. Any, not religion for them. Not, oh, please, sorry, manager. I'm debate about religion, so kakran so name. The who's will be correct about energy, vibration, and frequency. Obian Kada, the essence of the Obian Kada. Why we are here, Obian Kada. Obian Kwanti, they are even things about Milky Way galaxy crying, even about our solar system, Oka solar system cry, Obi Okra will need. Oka can say, yes, is ever ending, that we have all beings around. We need say if there are because there are billion stars in the universe, some of them does not or knowledge state of consciousness has not been able to develop to that point. They are still on the ground, like the old system is still running. And I don't know why. And they are saying we should go back to our roots. It's fine, but I don't know why, you know, from the over the trajectory, ebana, you put trajectory back from what we have been come to know about what they were doing. No? It's still down something. See? Pero about ahohosɛm na honhom wei na honhom ɛna bosom wei ɛna bosom ɛne ɛnana bi no otumi yɛ sɛ no haban no that is it all shaped in that way. So even the the elite, even those who are even controlling the world, the deep state, you see, uh, you know. So it more like yeah, well, maybe I wanted the I was ɔsɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn nyinaa ba it all nti na wɔn kɔ ɔsɛ aborɔfo no is having some state of consciousness bi a very nice knowledge ne how wɔn pɛ hu universe ne wɔn life how they perceive life to be you know ɔsɛ ɛyɛ free wɔn yɛ ayi kakra nti na wɔkɔ hɔ na most of wɔn a yɛnya wɔn anya privilege akɔ wɔn wɔn adwene bie ntɛm ɔno bi ho ɛkyɛn wɔn a wɔwɔ Ghana no wɔn a wɔwɔ wɔn hu nneɛma bi ani so fast. Because how are almost thinking because also you know how they think, how they behave, how they do their maybe how we behave towards their human be to be in it and whole different thing. To bad down about your more and out before they are dead of me. I said wako crew, wako whom your man about crass and over about their crass and crass it. Ukuru na hwɛ deɛ ɔmo yɛ ati sɛ adeɛ hwee ni ha koraa asɛ wokɔ hɔ no w'ani abie is it all part of the state of consciousness in Africa. So Ghana, we have a problem. We have a big problem when it comes to this kind of stuff and this knowledge. And I don't know why these people are more they are all knowledgeable. You see, obi man who so no akɔ India. No, I bet that's no African and no India for entire and then oh And then they believe you need to wear certain clothes, you need to behave certain way, you train your food, you train your food, oh yeah, oh yeah, those kind of stuff. And I'll cast animal, no matter where who's hey, I will be, hey, like we, oh, it's very, very too much. So I think that gradually, this kind of stuffs, will have to come in because even the basics of our existence, we don't even know. You see, even something about even the imagination. You see how the universe works. You see, most of us, I'm talking about. I'm saying we are all Ghanaians in here. We are not. Our awareness are not on that level. We don't even know. You see, so I said that uno bi kasakra na akatens who so bi cho no chante krana so be kun you can just use your imagination to block it because hey time was a we could show beating here like in more like as a who say as a two power trap kuti we try and teach near the 80 near the who say they way there now what the pay trying and teach you could pay as any way they go for my own say the imagination contra say aye over that protect it is someone be like hey how are you as okay there it okay because we have believed that those kind of things are more powerful. You see, yes, it good. It all part of creation. It all part of who we are. You see, but we need to understand this. All power, all knowledge, everything is within us. We are embodiment. The soul is an embodiment of the whole creation. It power, the power that creates everything. We are the embodiment of it. You see, and everything about us is energy vibration. Everything in the universe is energy vibration and frequency, and we are all powerful, and we can speak things into being. We can protect ourselves from whatever we want to, just with whatever we can do with the body. You see, and when we say imagination, even it's part of the cloth of God or source. It's part of soul. You see, that's our creative faculty. That is what soul used to create. That is the creative faculty. And you can use it to do whatever you want, manipulate people, bend reality, because that is the creative faculty. Anything we do, we create something. When you are protecting yourself, you are creating. When you are manifesting something, you are creating. When you are so projecting, you are creating something. So, what is the divine faculty that facilitate, that bring all these things into being? It is the imagination or thoughts. Let me use imagination because thought is in the form of image or imagination. And everything in creation, everything we know about our life was born out of imagination. Everything, the TV, car, house, even rituals, akwankyere, whatever, it all starts from the imagination. So that is the divine faculty that we use to create. That is it. So the individual need to understand the basic, uh, you know, what do you call it? The basic elements that is made up of creation or that make creation possible, that make our life possible. Okay. So since these things are not well understood, I don't know why or what they didn't teach this kind of stuff. If we are to go back to the things they were teaching, we are not saying the thing they're teaching was not good, but I think that place would be a good place to start if they were having a higher state of consciousness from the perspective of the soul. I think that thing will be even be able to shape our life from there to now. It will even shape our life. Whatever we are doing, any religion, it will shape our life to now. Because now with the imagination, we can explore the inner worlds. Imagination, we can travel from one place to the other in the universe. So I don't know why they didn't touch on this part of the whole thing about soul, but they started with awkward science, with home sem, you know, come. We are not saying it's not good, but maybe they were not having the higher state of consciousness enough for them to pull, this kind of knowledge, okay, onto the table for their generation. You see, and most of us, and there's something like people think when someone have an energy, can work with an energy, can work with the spirits, can have energy, can do herbs or habine, think that person is all powerful or have a higher state of consciousness or understand the universe. Playing with an energy or playing with an entity, you see, it is not something new. But while in the physical, it's something new for you. It's something extraordinary with herbs and on this perspective. It look very, very, very big for you. Just look at it from the physical point of view. You see, now it's more like one will be it's more like one will be here. Winning way, okay, meaning institute trader, institute. And then my member I'm no near Juma, meaning pick ya. It's more like a Juma no no, it's friendship or how am I saying? Because they know them, it's more like a contact. They are just in contact with them and sharing, having a deal. You see, that be women and I'm saying women. Those beings are not different from us. Just but they are just living on another dimension. That is all. They have almost the denom to say the issue the denom. It is said the work when I'm working also na fan for Nana Kutali, you and no boy, I'm assuming it's the same scenario. It doesn't mean you are not, oh yes, and it doesn't mean Oti Bibia has it, you see. But again, we were brought out, with the teaching of all this, all power, kind of a thing. So our mind, with all this, I'm friend is practicing on demons and home ceremony, this kind of stuff. So that's why I have a problem when they are saying, let's go back to our roots. You see, I would like, I mean, what are we even getting ourselves into? Even the soul perspective, we are not actually being able to understand it yet. And I think by small, these things will, brought out. See, because again, you cannot tell someone what to do. See, um, because some of them, I think they were not aware of state of consciousness of the matrix we are in. See, for some of the things they are teaching even in social media actually leave out us even on the physical. And again, when I say on a physical, you be on a physical, you will not understand because again, when you think life is just about this planet, that is just a small. That is why whatever is going on in your life is just an aspect, a small aspect of food experience you have you be having. This is just a small aspect. This is not the end of the world. This is but the individual will not understand this, see, unless he translates or he transitions from like I didn't cry on me. I didn't have my mobile cry. It was not of any importance. What I was doing, the emotional things I would go through, the life I went through was like, what was the essence? What was I thinking? Why was I doing all these things? You see. But for now, there are some of us will not understand because as you do it, Jana so hey, I don't maybe I just must be pisca that you way pisca you pisca we also again it's normal. That is how you think. Okay, it's normal because yeah, you think that is how life is, and then how you should live it, and it makes sense. And some of these things will not be kind of. It is important though, but it will become just a small portion, just a small important something. If back of your mind you have to do. It's normal. It's normal. No worries. Okay, no worries. It's all part of the game. See, yeah, because again, we most of us are just attending to the flesh. We are doing or putting our life through what the flesh needs. to fulfill, do things for the flesh to actually feel better. You know, our false self, the one which is not us, we want that to please that thing, not the actual one in us. So you need to go and work, get food to eat, you know, find someone, marry, you know, it's all about the physical plane. Yeah. So I think that way we all come to understanding of time. So I think, I mean, if there's a question, if you do, at the part, hey, Kwamina, support, yeah. If there's any question, let me start from Institute. Institute, Institute trader, Institute trader, Institute trader. Okay. Kwamina, hey,
Senior,
Kwamina,
senior, senior,
Kwamina.
senior.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Kwamina.
Please, can you also hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you yeah, do you have any questions? And then
Oh, unfortunately, I didn't join early, but for now, I don't have any questions. For now,
oh,
there's
okay.
no question. Though I didn't join early, but from the time I joined, I'm okay with everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll come back to you. Okay. Institute
Okay.
trader.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, I don't know if there's a question or you want to say something.
No, I don't have a question for now.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Institute.
yeah.
Okay, okay. That's very fine. That's very nice. Yeah, so Kwamina, have you how's the techniques going? Have you been able to have the success in the techniques?
Yeah. Mm, but most of the time, I don't know why. Anytime that I start doing it, then I get distracted by something else. So I don't know.
Wow. What kind of a thing? Someone calls you or something?
Yeah, especially my phone. My phone is one, and sometimes too because uh, I'm at my house is near a road, so sometimes with the cars and motors then stops.
Okay, okay. So
Uh,
you were saying, have you have any experience, or
so so
you have
far
not?
no. Yeah, so far no. But like I would like to know more of the practices so that in case maybe the ones that I know already is not helping me or I don't know.
What about the which one are you doing? The conscious one or
Uh,
the sleeping one?
the conscious one,
The dream statements.
the conscious one.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'll elaborate more on um I'll elaborate them for you. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Please
that's very
on
good.
right now or maybe as message. Text message.
Yeah. It will be a back kind of a thing. I'll when we finish, or
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll try and yeah.
Okay. I'll be
So
grateful for
institute.
that.
Okay. Institute.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Is there any question or something? You know,
No,
or
my.
contribution?
I think I had a question, but
Okay.
I took up. Do not try.
Oh, okay. Hey, pick it up. Pick it up. Then you are right on time. Is there any question or contribution? Something you want to ask or add?
Review. Na kama question, but I'm in person interrupt. Na I'm getting it. And I say free me.
Oh. Yeah. So,
Yeah, last about 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Now, okay, assembly better. If you make it.
Oh.
When the moment that question, Semikaya.
As we be able to account Quentina as a Oba, so I'm saying, well, you are right on point. Like,
Obi
sometimes.
frame him. Once last time, I know, I could be assembly, friend, Awuni.
Yeah.
Okay. Many on the frame to see. Yeah, also, Obi interview.
Oh,
Tina, to see me sending woman from which man. Or no, because no interview or platform.
oh, okay.
Yeah, Miss
I
Galan,
think that
Miss
would be
Galan,
very nice.
eba sa platform to pa.
Oh, okay.
Nti, ibe pion ko.
It
Nti,
will be
me send information.
okay, Mati. Yeah, so state of consciousness, and then back to our root thing, and then Pan-Africanism is very, very nice. But I think the approaches and then where they are
Ita
starting the whole thing.
makai question. Efa ye na nanom.
Okay.
You see, I don't know open do sa level. So okay.
Yeah.
Me who say my dream say omo do ebi mu do ye. But mbonifo no na destructive history.
Okay.
Because I feel say whatever we know, and then we acquire omo level because say we go back to history. Now young Africans, now you get control we are seeing now. Omo G in Indiana, don't watch Africa, the history in 2,000 years. Omo shilling na. But to share Chinese, almost history 8,000 years. India almost 9,000 years. The Africa for they can do 1,000. Ti bonifo no omo no kwe no no omkunkum ye na na omo say Indian. No mo jai inferior ones no say there. The area appointing a picture no mo jai say inferior ones no. No mo say e de call. And then omo edu sa level no.
Okay.
Sana me ma dwe no intuitions are.
That is a very good point. Okay. That is a very good point. Yeah. So it is not doubt, the cell or more, they erase our histories. Yeah, some of our histories has been erased. That one, there's no argument about that. That's very true. But anyway, let me put that on the other side for now. Yeah, so some of our
Oh, Ita.
yeah, history.
Kasa. Ita
Yeah.
kasa in German ko, bacho kasa. Men German ko. Just
Yeah.
I want to know if I'm right or I'm wrong. Bacho.
Yeah. Yo, so it's for the part of some of them they know to say the work on, you see. But I say the some of Mokano, which is more like no some of Abrofono or something the far knowledge free hono is fine. But what I also come to know is that most of Abrofono knowledge it's not has nothing to do with every something from anything on this planet. It has some of them for Abido, but most of them no, it's off planet kind of a thing. Yeah. So I said the Pan Africanity, to raise Africa up to become rule again, I said that is where some of this problem is coming from. Even though the thing is not even what it is, Krana. I don't know. I had to say the no. Some of our see back to our root. There are some of the things we will have. Now it was see free. And I say Nico say you can't so I do it the name. But once or make kasa gu so it's more like on say or mon person on say obian person chima be ban de ho. Obese obian person de e finchem. Yeah. So knowledge in there omunya be free ho. Yeah. And some of our history there and there's not a prepare be free ho. Yeah. So but some of the omu there no more na nkasa no is from off planets. More now no yeah deals or yeah with most of the extraterrestrials. How munya with almost dealing with like more way, no more so more technology or some advanced knowledge on some kind of stuffs. That is how I've come to know some of this stuff. So most up to now, no dear, most of the things, as Africa, yeah, deleting of the yeah histories, has to do with romance. You see, some of the romance has power, no? And then they were saying Omoko Egypt, um, and Omoko some of the booze and all those kind of stuffs was there. Yeah, it's very true. So some of our history in the Omai Rebbe, and they took some of the knowledge from us. You see, but for Abrafuno state in this, most of the knowledge we use it to control the world, need technologies, need some of the things, most of them is from off planets. Most of them has nothing to do with Yankra. It doesn't mean anything powerful. Most of them is off planets, is coming from off planets. Most of the technology is coming from off planets. Yeah. So yeah, so it's not argumentable, say, you know, uh, yeah, most of them, ancient time, some of them are not having this knowledge. Some of them are having it, and they're very, very true. Um, but our me kind of say, per what we have come to know, no, and per what people are saying, no, on social media, no, are more pushy on the youth, and all the citizens, to bring the attention on, I think it should have go beyond that. If they could go back and take the omono, they have this kind of knowledge, that time, na nka ɔmo de n'ɔbɛdi atumi aba na nka ɔmo ayi ayi ɔmo de wei ne kakra nkokɔ twitwa ne those kind of you know honhomsɛm no n'ato hɔ kakra na nka ya go about learning about the universe na kɔmo tumi de saa adeɛ ne ba I think that thing will help us much more than what we have been doing because that one we have been doing na ne nkokɔ no mogya twitwa obi ɔhene bi wu ne ɛko obi o na yɛde n'ahyɛ no ho. I mean, what why should that happen? Because again, yeah. So I think some of those kind of star no be maybe if senke bit matter so kakra my they had all bit matter so kakra my nanka na kofa from the beginning and understanding on how some of the things works. Some those can how and how we work it, how these things are working. This is this? Why this is this? I think it will be much better than what they are tuning up on Modema on the you know on various platforms. Yeah. So I don't know if you pick it enough with the you know answers now there, man. Pick it up. Pick it up. Or okay, maybe I'll be busy. Yeah. So Institute Trader. Yeah. Yeah. So pick up say he's good. He's good. Okay. Pick up say he's good. Yeah. So yeah. 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 That's very good. So I think that yeah, I don't know why. Ọmaka nim deɛ ne nyinaa hyɛ. Or I think said Omo be take over, Abrafon be take over and then they couldn't let us learn it enough for us to be able to, become who we are. Yeah, so I think that gradually some of the things will come back and then maybe we will know about this sort of knowledge. Send a bit for betterment of our life. Yeah, Yvonne, how are you doing?
I'm okay, and you? I didn't know that you were back on Telegram because I went on TikTok and I thought I missed the live. So
Oh,
I was
okay.
just scrolling on my Telegram now, then I saw you guys were online.
Okay. So even how is the experience going? The practices.
The last time we spoke, nothing much, to be honest.
You have been busy. Yvonne,
Hello?
yeah, I say you've been busy.
Um, not busy, but I'll speak to you about it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That is fine. That is fine. Yeah. So by this point, I thought there would be a questions and maybe I'll try and explain some of this stuff. So I think no one Institute Trader is having a question. Institute,
Bro,
yeah. I think you are not having any question, or you were saying the other time.
I think I had one, but it's missing. So if I remember, I'll
Is it
ask.
every every day your question is every day you miss your question.
It
Don't
it
worry.
does. The questions comes, and when I don't ask, then it will go.
But when I'm speaking, you can just if that is what happened, you can just ask it or you know ask the question and then when you finish we will continue from there.
Okay.
Oh, have
Yeah.
we got a
So
new person online?
yeah, Kwamena Kwamena Nyansapo. Yeah, that is the name. There you go.
To meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah. So I think in order for us to say that I was saying like state of consciousness, we need to move beyond the physical. And you say these things and then it will be ringing in your ears every day. Move beyond the physical. Every day move beyond the physical. Even the even the what do you call it? Uh, Even the practice cry we cannot do it. Cry we do it. It's not working. Oh, every day. And I mean human nature. They do something one or two. It is not working. They start to lose kind of interest or something. It's all part of the process. No problem. And it will be like more of not kind of sort of important. It's more important, but more like some things are more important. I'm not saying we should live our life for this, though, but people do. It all depends on what you want, you know. But I think we can add a wisdom and knowledge to some of these things and kind of extrapolate or more like expand it, contemplate, and know what we should do in our life more than to just be doing what the matrix, what we've been taught to do every day. See, if they move beyond the physical, move beyond the physical, move beyond the physical, and again, it all goes to here and now. You see, and time is also a trap. You know, we are all not be here for eternity. See, so I think it will be better for us to be more conscious, have this inner awareness to us to have this kind of attempt to actually try our best to have some sort of experiences that will establish awareness more on the life beyond this physical or this planet, you know, before we will translate. Because then what will be the meaning of the whole thing if we are doing the whole thing we are doing, and at the end it will be useless. All the emotional traumas we've been going through, all the hardship we've been working, you know, here and there with we are not saying it's not bad though. That is not, it's good. It's all part of life, you see. But what is the most important? See, because when we cease, time cease to exist for us in this physical, everything is now an illusion. It does not exist anymore. Now it left with the part you didn't take attention much on. See, and again, as we were saying the other time, I'm trying to go over again. The individual would not understand. You think life is just on the physical, like everything is just on the physical. When I say on the physical, it means the whole physical plane. I know that one quad is very, very high. It's only on this planet, you know, work, you know, all this kind of stuff going on in our lives. It seems very, very burdened, like it is the end of the world. And this thing will not, you not understand, some of us, unless we translate and get to the reality like, what was I doing? Why was I wasting so much time doing something that will be an illusion, that will actually pass away, that it will have nothing of importance? Hey, welcome, Fedoche. Will not have any of importance with our soul. It will have some importance with our physical body or our physical existence to feel good, live good, be better, whatever. And this is just one part of the experience. There's not, and we have been doing all these things for a very long time, unless we have not been able to bring our awareness on. See, and it will all move on. It will all pass away. There will be a whole new level of the whole game. You see, so I think the knowledge of, yeah, the knowledge or the understanding, the state of consciousness, the awareness that we should understand that life or who we are is beyond what we have been shaped to think us, or generally what we are even doing now in our life. Like there is more, that even this planet is more like a prison. See, that I mean, look at what is going on. Hunger, you know, financial financial issues, you know, go here and there, emotional traumas, and all these sort of things. You leave something very, very great, you know. You lose sometimes when it happens to it, more like, hey, this thing is very, very, it's more like the end of the world. If you have a break heart, it's more like end of the world. Hey, if I break heart, you cry, I am crying. I mean, you crying of something which is, more like, I'll not say of important. I mean, I think everyone have his or own priority in life. It is good for the body, for the emotional body, but it has nothing to do with what you are here to do. It has nothing to do with what you are even here in the whole creation. It's more like you are lost and lost and lost and lost, like million times when you cry. When you are, I'm saying this from a higher point of view. Like some of the stuff that goes through our life that we are bothered with so much that those things are not even what we are here to do. When you are seeing from the higher point of from the soul perspective, you'll be like, why is this person doing this? Because even the thing you are crying about or very furious about, this thing is like it's an illusion. So why is the person so very, engaged with something which is not real, or something that they are just fulfilling with just emotion or something? If you understand this, then it's again it all part of the process. It's about state of consciousness, and then we know that we are all in the school, we are learning, and there are levels to the whole game. See, it's very good, very understandable. Yeah.
Peter, I have a question.
But okay, institute. Hey, pick here.
The video institute.
Sorry. What voice is the Yeah, pick
Mamin
here.
Chia, Mamin Chia and Chia, your newcomers now on my band. I'm so Fred Archer, any Kwame Nanya support. The chairman.
Yeah,
Greetings to all of you.
no. Yeah, and I know my first time, Telegram live. So here,
Mm.
we go down to the roots. So there's no friction of anything. Yeah, pick here.
Osha, which is religion. Religion basically, it's the truth plus the lies because so Osha teachings are so far you see na do na our religion but omodi atọ kakra bi na account religion e kyerɛ say ha ya oh enye na ha bia bohu a wɔn bia yɛ yɛ nyama mo sɛ ɛwɔ mi sɛ yɛ amanfa for say they use a certain word yeah amanfa for you know it's basically they trying to say we have a place to go
Yeah,
high temporal. So basically, to religion, no, it tells you a certain truth plus lies together.
yeah. That one is very true. It's very true. From the physical point of view, also now, there is no filtering. So pick here, but go deep. From the physical point of view, from what we are teaching, again, like say this planet, there is more life, there's more to life than this planet, that we have some place to go. No such as a place. Like there's a world beyond ours. That one that the religion people are very, it's very good. It is not about we going into a certain place. Okay. So picture, it is not about a certain place we are going. It is attainment of state of consciousness. Because again, we are embodiment of the whole creation. So there is no going anywhere. Or there is no more like a destination or something. Okay. It could sound like a destination because those in order to ask to attain this knowledge, we need to go to those places to attain this kind of knowledge. So for the parts which it says that there is more to life, that yeah, for to say the Yomokano is very, very perfect. That one the religion is, you could say they are having a truth in what they are saying. And most part of what they are saying is very, very true. Some of the things that they are mixing with the lies, there's a truth in it, but the whole agenda of what they are using the truth, because they are, it's more like they have weaponized truth and lies to deceive people, to control people. You see, because we were saying there's more to life, and I'm saying there's even more life. Like there's more to the physical. We have to move beyond the physical. Moving beyond the physical is not the end of the game, though. It is the fresh start. You are starting the whole game. So even when we move beyond the physical, there's a whole nother board of game, a whole nother matrix, a whole nother, things which are happening. Okay, 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 pick it. I've seen it. There's a whole nother thing going on in here. But again, for the physical, the reason we are saying you should move on to the physical because in order for the physical to make sense to us, what is going on our life to make sense, either it's by karma, whatever you're going through is karma, whatever you're going through, we need to go beyond the physical. Even if you go to seek a spiritual advice or consultation about someone, the person will go quote unquote in the spiritual realm or something, or he'll use some things to contact the spiritual world to bring some information. So clearly, it means that our life, in order for us to understand what our life is about, whatever is going through our life, we need to more like go to the next step of the whole game for us to understand. Even if we are saying we don't know sutra, we don't know anything, let's use common sense. When we go to those people, um, the spiritual people, so-called spiritual people, they have to. Some will say, "I will look into your past life, which is beyond the physical, the causal plane," or maybe oh mommy na eyo, papa na eyo is beyond the physical, or who's at the end from the astral state, the clairvoyant ability. You see, so we yare or sao yare, hum yare, whatever the person, hey, hum yare, which is sickness. I talked, I now because obu how want to yeah, hum yare, whatever it is, the person need to go to beyond the physical. Obu omu go see there, whatever it takes, it's all about going beyond the physical. Tarot card, they are using their intuition beyond the physical. So what are you saying? If you are we are taking the physical to be something that they are things beyond the physical, that if you're able to understand the things which is beyond the physical, it will make the life we are living meaningful. Because now you know that maybe the financial difficulties you are going through is because of this thing. Because why? In our natural state as so, we are free. We have total liberation. Total liberation, you see. But again, what is this thing happening to my life? See, maybe I get this kind of things, I don't feel better, you know, having sickness and, things going in my life. So, what is this happening? And there's no way the physical can give anything meaningful to it. I mean, you see, unless you're able to go beyond the physical. So, what we are saying was it was tying to state of consciousness, like that if you are able to go beyond the physical, then this life, if we are to say that we are taking this life very seriously, then the planet we are on, what we are having, this life we are having, will be more meaningful. Then we know the overall, the mission, why those things are happening. That is just a small aspect of why we are here, and then the teachings in the general about state of consciousness. Yeah. So when it comes to religion, again, they are saying something that there is more to life. That one, there is no doubt. Well, that thing, it's not the news if you have awareness, because there are levels to creation, and this is the physical plane. So when someone comes and say to you, "Yeah, there's a place when you die you go," yeah, it's true. When you die, you not remain in the physical. You will move on to the next plane. That is it. You will move on to the next plane. And I think the part they are mixing with the religion is you don't need to die before you have to visit those places they call heaven, or you can go there whilst you are living, live there, spend hundreds of years there, and still be on the physical. The place they are even calling heaven in religion, maybe Christianity, where, for instance, is a city in the astral plane, just one of the cities in the astral plane. It's just a city. You don't have to be religious before you go, or be Christian or Muslim. Everyone can go. Me, I can go. It's just a city like Accra. It's We call it the pure astral city. The name of the city is Sahasro Dakanwa. That is where the master called Gopadas is. That is where he is. He has a temple there. When you go there, you go to that place. It have 12 walls. You see how they describe it in Genesis. That is how it's very, very tall walls and gates, because the astral buildings are very, very tall, especially their walls. Very, 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 very tall. Like what kind of post in the boma over there 100. What? Yeah. So that is that city. That is where Gopadas is. You go there. That's where we have something called Astro Museum. Okay. You see, that is the Astro Museum. It is there. You can. It's just a city. I had to say home. That city no one describe. I had to say Accra. Also, Obia will free outside of Ghana, Ebia, or free US, Europe country, no, Western country, ni Bebia, or Barbisi Accra, and Amiboa, or Kwan. So it's one of the capital city of the astral planes. It's being so free from the higher planes, from the mental plane and the causal plane, urban. Legally, no, Omoba, Oba Beswe, that crew, so that is the city, the first astral city. All not the ruler, no rule the whole astral planes, not the physical plane. All no, into one on Babeswe. Okay, so far the right route now. That is the first astros, the pure astral city. Oba Beswe. I had to say Accra. It's just a city. Obi Abitimako. And I'm calling on trade go book moon on the best honor of the corner one now. And I'm a couple with all the heavy and you whatever they were saying. I mean, it's all part of the whole game. If you're not actually understand what is actually going on in your reality. Okay. So it's more like they are planes of existence that we are living in a multiverse. So when you translate, the physical body dies, then you move on with the astral body. So eventually there will be a place you go. I mean, you go to the astral plane. You see, you go to all these kind of planes and have your experiences there. And the city, or the heaven idea, is thousands of them. It's not one. It's just one pen on make this point. That is why all the religion sector, heavens in it different. Most of them heavens in it different because they are describing different astral cities to the congregation. I'm gonna promise you, they will go there. I'm use that as a mechanism to control you. It's more like who follow me and I'm ubeti alcohol. But I didn't want to say ubia beti alcohol. It's just a city. I had to say Kumasi. Meaning also here something you go and abeti Kumasi there. And I got an inquire bit me about Accra and I bit my code New York City. Oh, you Bruning go American name, bit my code New York City. New York City, and we are bit my code to me, Boo, we are wine, we are Cote d'Ivoire, we are Congo, we are Tanzania. Oh, we are bit you don't have to be a certain, have a certain behavior. But anyway, it's all part of the process. Some of they are all using the mechanisms to, yeah. So the part of the protein, which is we will go somewhere, that one there is inevitable. We cannot actually discard that we will not go somewhere. There are always places we go that they are places beyond the physical. There are planes of realms beyond the physical because we are living in the multiverse. Even they are in the physical plane, there are different planets, universes. You see, so definitely there are always a place you go, there's a destination you go. Okay. But what we are teaching is not at the promised land that when we die, we are saying this thing because do this thing so that when you die, you go to a promised land. Okay. That is where the deviation comes in with the religion sect. We are not promising you heaven. This is not what we are doing. Oh, say that one day it's easy. Even me or anyone in here who had advanced soul projection can create his own heaven in the astral plane with different beings and angels, whatever in there. As simple as that. You can create your own planets. You can create your own beings on those planets. You can create your own universe, your own galaxies on those planets. I think that is going on the advanced level. You can even create beings in the astros. You call them astral manifestation. You can create beings in the astral planes for them to protect you, to serve you when you even go into the astral planes. Why? Because you're having the divine faculty, the creative faculty, the thing we use to create anything. You are creating a universe, a planet. You have that faculty in you. That is your imagination. Whatever you can imagine, you create. Just as simple as that. So that is why we need to understand the basic elements that made up creation. Okay, that made up all laws in creation. We need to understand the laws of the universe. Other than that, things will be hard for us because the thing we are having, we are not having the full understanding on how it is working. See, and some of our society is being shaped to control us, basically to manipulate. Because everything in life, you see, that is why sin or good or bad is just a perspective. Because everything we see, okay, sorry, I used the word sin. I've cancelled it. I'm writing, so I've cancelled it. It was a wrong word. I was using good and bad. See, everything in life, we give meaning to it though. Everything in life we see is bad or good. Everything we give meaning. And I don't know, the people who started the whole thing give meaning to those kind of things, and it has shaped our life to now. Everything. Whatever we've come to know about reality, we have accepted about ourselves, about life. We accept it's an agreement we accepted that this thing should happen. That even karma is an agreement we made. You see, that is why even when you come to Ghana, oh, anyway, there are things which are you do in Ghana. It's normal. It is not a bad thing, but you do in other country, it's not normal. Or there's something you do in Ghana, it's very, very prohibited. You do the things here, hey, Charlie, Ghana, man, hey, you are no. When you say someone is a witch, hey, Ghana, hey, witch is not good. But go to UK or US, and someone will be glad to say witch, and everyone is happy for that person. So what is it? What is happening here? It means, and it goes through all life that whatever we are doing, we see about life, it's just a perspective. It's just we are giving the meaning. And per your meaning you give to it, depend how it will affect you, depend how it will create your reality. See? And by extension, that is where we could bring all manifestation and what you believe create your reality. It is we are giving you again, we are teaching about the secret of the universe now. See, and you do this thing, it is not good. You do this thing, it's not good. You agreed to it. Everything that happened in your life, you agreed to it, though. And the individual will not understand because the person thinks there's an external force. You know, even if an external force will harm you, you need to agree to whatever is happening to your life. You are that is the the serious thing, the dangerous part of the whole thing. Like whatever is happening, we agree that this thing should happen to us. Unless maybe I elaborate more on that thing. Even when you are poor, you are rich. You agree to be rich. You are agree to be poor because we reality as it is. You see, I think it's subjective to the object or the observer, if I could say that, because we always create a reality and depend your state of consciousness, depending on how you could create your reality. And some of us was not taught this, so the reality we are having has been created for us a long time ago. That is the reality that has our society, our forefathers has shaped our reality to be. So when we come into existence, or sorry, not as I'm using existence, when we come into this planet, um, we also see ourselves through the illusion they have. Sorry, we see ourselves through the reality that they have actually established already. It's more like we live in that reality because we were not taught that way. See, whatever will happen to us. what have you going, whatever people consider is a good or bad, moral, immoral, you know, whatever it is, we are giving meaning to like, you know. Anyway, I don't want to go deep on this thing, you see. So we need to understand the basics of what creation is about and the laws of it. We are in more like a system which was being, if it's more like a mechanical system, if I would say, this system was being
Yeah,
created. Everything in creation is already imperfect, if I could say. A
Peter,
perfect balance because you're in duality. Yeah, bro.
I have a question. If I don't ask, it will disappear.
Disappearing question, man. Please ask before it will disappear. Please, we beg you.
Um, the other day, the last time we had our live session on TikTok, you said something about we um taking care of the physical body, giving it food and all other stuff, but we've actually neglected taking care of our soul, which is the eternal part. So my question is, how how does one take care of his or her soul?
That is a wonderful question. Very good question. And the answer is simple. Taking care of the soul is about giving it food it needs. That is higher state of consciousness. Because again, we are saying I was using the analogy like food. I mean, even the body does not, the soul does not eat. It does not sleep. It does not do anything. I mean, you know. So the only thing you can fulfill the soul is to get it vibrate in a higher state of consciousness. That is the only food the soul needs. It has nothing to do with it. That is why whatever we are doing in our life, it's for the physical body. Because again, the soul is beyond this all these things we think it is. We are doing it for our soul. It's that is why I was saying the body we are taking care is the false self. You see, because the soul is be I don't know if you can feed the soul fufu and okra stew or bonku or the soul will need a car to ride on, or I don't know. They still have to go to school, or they still have to go and work for money, or they still need money to live, or something. It has nothing to do with all this thing. What it needs is unfoldment of it, unfolded, or in other words, higher state. Other words, higher state of consciousness. When I'm using another word, okay, higher state of consciousness, or unfolded. Let it vibrate in a higher state of consciousness. Let it gain its sovereignty. That is the food, the water, the car, the money, whatever you can think of the soul need. That is it. To unfold it, unveil it, let it vibrate in a higher state of consciousness. See, obtain higher state, find itself. Okay, self-realization. Let it know itself, what it is. That is all the soul needs. You see. And we were saying, okay, fine. So how will you do it? And the service, I was saying self-realization, higher state of consciousness, know itself. How we know itself, okay? We are the reflection of the universe. The universe is a reflection of us. We created it, that is us. So when we are exploring it, we are exploring ourselves. We are finding ourselves. That is why the soul projection become very, very important in everyone who want to attain high state of consciousness with the soul. If you have a different method, we are good to go. if you can teleport to causal plane or use a Bugatti to go or spaceship, bro, we are good to go. What we want is that direct experience. You see, if you can use, I don't know, Toyota Camry to go there in the astral planes, or if you have any method, we are good to go. But since the availability, the ten which is available natural for the soul to move is, the projection of it. Okay, let it vibrate beyond time and space. So the soul need to know the part of itself which is how the soul need to know the part of itself which is mass, because mass is also part of the universe, the creation. It is itself. So how can we go there? You don't have spaceship, you don't have anything. Then let's go there. Let it vibrate beyond time and space, because soul itself, natural truth said it beyond time and space. Time and space is even an illusion in the face of the soul. That is why we exist at everywhere in the multiverse simultaneously, just that we are not aware. You see, so the food for the soul, the water for the soul, the type of soup for the soul, either it's in crackra or abenkwai or edited. I'm trying to be funny. Please laugh for me. And crackra soup or something, whatever it takes. The girlfriend, the soul can take. The husband, the soul can take. The wife, the soul can take. Is to know itself. Its self-realization is, unfoldment of itself to gain its sovereignty of who it truly is, or to return back home, which is again self-realization. Okay, so Institute, are you good with the answers? Or
Yes,
you
please.
want me to?
Thank you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That is true. You see. So when we are finding that is again, and the actual individual will not understand. That is what I'm saying. You see, because you need to find yourself. If that, so how will you do it? You see, so we need to explore the universes. So the more we are exploring, the more we are finding ourselves, the more we are attaining higher state of consciousness, consciousness, or let me use soul. The more we are attaining more knowledge for the soul, if that makes sense. Because it is finding itself. The more you find yourself, the more you gain, you know more about yourself. The more you are closer to discovering yourself totality, that is where you gain self-realization. You have universal oneness, you see. But the average individual that don't understand, you see, again, we understand because it has to do with state of consciousness, you see. So that is why we want people to actually try their best. I don't know, something you should be doing your lifetime, you know, to just, I mean, find some experiences. It is not the experiences which is needed, though, that it is the automatum of whatever we're doing. The experiences lead to state of consciousness. So, okay, fine. I say, um, so project. It's fine. It's good. That is 10 we need. That is very crucial. But it is not just the experience as just being able to go out is the goal. It is it is because that is the key that opens that world for us. Because people know these things how to do it all, but they are not using it to attain higher state of consciousness. They are using it to, do black magic. People do witch and before they use astral projection to go. They use to destroy people's life and the witches. Use astral projection to destroy people's life and come and sleep. They are not using it to have any, or they having experiences. You see? Yeah. So it about learning and attaining higher state of consciousness. That is the food for the soul.
Peter,
Yeah, pick it.
I have a question. It's not a question,
Yeah.
but it's like a. All right, all right. I'm trying to add something to our discussion. for the sake of some
Okay.
of us here, I don't know which one, but for the sake of some of us here, I might know. Maybe some of them might know, but our goal is to reach higher state of consciousness, and we are supposed to do an astral projection. No, sorry, soul projection. But until then, until we're able to do that, some of us are here. We're still gonna live our lives. I'll use me as an example because I don't know what is going on in someone's life. Yesterday, you and I had a discussion. I thought somebody, I couldn't sleep and all that, and I explained to you, I thought somebody was doing something to me and all that. I believe people here have such same issues that they go through stuff. At least somebody will tell you he went to see a man and they told him uh, he's going to travel to the US, he's going to travel to whatever, or he's going to make money, but he has to do this, he has to go and do this, he has to go and do this. Basically, that is my problem. This is where we have most of our issues are. I think you should find a day to clear that path one time. You know what I mean? Say, never say about your life more. If we encounter such problems, we are supposed, because when I told you mine, you were able to show me, say, yes. We did an investigation and we noticed it wasn't spiritual, it was physical. I believe some of us here have the same problems, but right now we are going very deep, but we've left behind why, we are here for now. So we have to live. So we have to take care of our bodies here until we're able to do the soul projection. So some of us here, I believe, have the same problem.
Mm.
Say, so he has to go and seek for protection. We should have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
topic on this and let them know, say, all those stuff, say, and I say, oh yeah, this is what you got to do. This is what you're supposed to do. Basic stuff.
mm.
So they can
Yeah.
concentrate on
That,
soul projection. I don't know if I'm making
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah. That is
Yes,
very
I
true.
agree.
Yvonne, we are listening. You are saying something.
Agree with him totally because, yeah.
Yeah. So I think yeah. So Fikar, we have a time, but I think you have explained some of them. But I think since you have brought it out, I think we have to have a time, and then when what I would do, you see, is not say, oh, when you need protection, go and take this help. I will give you the explanation of how this thing works. See, that is why some of us don't want it. Some of us want to, oh, when someone is do spirit, do take this helps or take this thing. No, I will teach you the fundamentals. You see, again. So in order for even to us to get this thing, you need to even get the, you need to understand your imagination, your creative faculty, what creates your reality. Because whatever is going in your life is a reality. Or again, I think everyone understands reality. It's a reality. It's something which is happening in your life. So how do we do with those stuffs? Again, how do we bring reality to our role? So by we understanding this kind of stuff, then if anything situation happen in our life, then we will know how to deal with this them ourselves with our own creative techniques. It doesn't have to be like what I would say, like what I used to do mine or how I do mine. When you understand the fundamentals on how the whole thing works, some of us are even more creative than some of them. Actually, create your own techniques on how to deal with these things, and it will work because you understand how these things are working. You understand the fundamentals. You understand what is working. So we are giving. It's more like we learn to actually give you the what is this thing? We give you the knowledge to go about these things. Okay, so I said the other time that I'm not me, my teaching is not a type of teaching I do. I don't like to teach like student teaching someone to be a student. I'll teach someone to be more like a starship or something. Or I'll give the roper the secret behind the whole thing so that you can do it for yourself. I'll teach you how to use it. Add techniques, alter some of them, add your own things to it. Because now you understand, you have the fundamentals, you have it. It's not like you know it, so you can do it. Yeah, sorry, my network. And then you can do it how you want. I think that was the so I think I will have to do when it comes to this thing. And then all other manifestation, if we can even and we will get deep into it. Maybe I think I left the part of imagination we didn't get it, someone can just use the magic. And some of the black magics and some of the things people are using are just fundamental, basic things that are hidden because it is so basic. And they, instead of them to teach people this is how this thing works, they have to make that thing leak um, something which is not important to the general public, and they will be using it for their own benefit. This is very fun. Oh, my network, oh, please forgive me, my network. So now, if I say, as we were saying, imagination, you can use to protect yourself. Someone curse you, the person take egg and go to the water place and use when your name or the boat there, if you are not guilty, I mean, even if you are guilty, it depends on your state of consciousness. You can use your imagination to protect yourself. Someone be like, and I'll be quite those who could try the petty, pursue, you can use just imagining this basic stuff to protect yourself with nothing happening. The person will be like, Mother, you this guy, pa, what are you say? Someone is killing some people. How can you use just imagination to protect yourself? So we'll be like, why? Because that thing the person is doing seems more powerful. Wɔhyehyɛ ntaade wɔhyehyɛ fugu ne adeade okuta hyɛnap ne adeade nkosua bɔbɔfo adeade yɛ hu powerful. This is oh sorry my network. When you see those 10 people doing it's more powerful to us. Hey, this guy is powerful. Hey, the way he's doing it's powerful. You see, because we have lost our essence. And these things will be easy because that is who we are as a soul. It is part of us. It is part of our power. We are all powerful, you see. So it will look very, very easy and simple. How is this thing even going to work? You see, I was like, why is this going to work? Yeah, that is it. It will work. That is who you are. You see, that is just, I'm just using imagination for example, you see, because this thing is formed upon, you see, even someone want to kill someone, can use just imagination to kill someone? To manipulate someone, can be sitting in a home to manipulate someone, to seduce someone, can just use imagination to seduce someone. Just as simple. And even if we are in a group, if you like, you can just do an example, or we can have an experiment, have something, and you all have the same thing you all imagine, maybe manifest something for someone, or you know, do some, I don't know what the actual mission may be, just for experiment. Whenever we are going to sleep, we all imagine that that thing is happening. When we wake up, we imagine when we wake up, we imagine. And let's see how much or how fast the thing will manifest in the physical. I'm saying this like three of us or four of us can sit down and use our imagination to kill someone. This is unfiltered, so please. It's not that we are saying, yeah, please, sorry, my network. Sorry, pa, again. Yeah. This is not like, this is unfiltered. This page is unfiltered. Okay, we go through, not like we are saying for the new members. It's not like we are saying the negative part to you. give people bad ideas. Okay, because what you put out is what you get. You are giving the knowledge. It doesn't mean you should go and do it. Now say kill someone, it's the technique, that's when you go and do it. I mean, you get it. It is you have a negative karma. Everything you do, you have to pay. You have to pay for it. Account for what you do. Okay, so this space is unfiltered. But we want you to bring your awareness to the reality of what the whole thing is about, and the things. And these things are very very simple. That is why it is being kept secret. You see, even when we go to, I think Rosicrucians or something, they spend first. I think first year or something of their membership, they do whole the initiation. You do all the members when you come in. That secret set Rosicrucian. Well, I'm saying when you come in, you need to develop imagination, have imagination development or something for some time to have an active imagination before they move into the whole new teaching. You see. So, because why are we saying that? Because imagination is a divine faculty, creative faculty. So, when I say creator, I want us to try to extend it to all part of our being, our life. Like I say, create, so it doesn't mean creating content or something. That's what I'm talking about. If you are manifesting something, you are creating something. If you are protecting yourself, you are creating something. When everything you do, you create. It is a cause and an effect. So there's a creation. I don't know if I can substitute a new word that will suit with creation or creating. I think it suits. So yeah, yeah. So the power we should get. Okay. There's a two um secret or two elements we need. One is we call it willpower. Willpower. Okay. And anyway, I think maybe tomorrow I'll come and explain that part of how you can use it in any situation in your life. You can use this kind of stuff with accompanied with some sounds. Okay. To, I don't know, the basic thing you could use it to do is to protect yourself from I think negative entities or negative people, witches or you know. Yeah, sorry, my network again, please. Yeah, I think the basic thing you can use it to do is to protect yourself from witches and negative people, if that is what you want. I mean, you see. And then after that, you can move on to manifestation, to, I don't know, because I think, or use it to benefit your life if I was in a positive way. Because as for the negative aspect, there, it works very, very fast, you know. So at the other time, I'll have this, I think, more like remove seduction, you know. If you want someone, you know, to fall in love, you call it black magic, you know. Do the imagination, the person will start thinking of you. Hey, you think he loves you very, very much, but you are just, manipulating your hair with your imagination. Yeah, so I think maybe from tomorrow going, I think we did imagination on TikTok, but that part I intentionally cut it off because I don't know how much people who are coming on live. If I say I bring out methods and it will work, and people are going to use it to do negative stuffs, and you know, we teaching this thing because we want you to go and use it. No, we are saying this thing that so that you you have an awareness that this exists and some of the secrets of the universes, and then how to deal up our lives and how to protect, work with it for your benefit, for you to become productive in a positive way. You see, so that's why we are saying it. Someone will say, then if you don't want us to use it, then why are you saying it? You are saying it so that you can bring your awareness on. We are saying it because we want you to have an awareness that it's your imagination, which is the divine faculty, creative faculty in you. You see, one of the power you have as a soul, that because it's a creative faculty, you can use it to create any reality, everything you want in life. You see, and again, it even explains the basics of your universe, like everything in your life you are explaining, you are experiencing it through our mind. Okay, it's in a holographic form, in the form of an image. Everything is from thoughts, everything is from your imagination. There haven't been any creation, anything done in existence, done in creation. Let me, yeah, any not existence on the whole. From astral plane, causal plane, mental plane, whatever, etheric plane, creation, there's nothing that has been done in this creation from all the planes or through all the lower walls or through all creation that has not come from imagination, from spiritual things, from whatever thing, everything. That's nothing that has been able to come into existence. No, have been able to come into creation. You see, that has not been, you know, from imagination. You see, and this thing is being frowned upon. You see, when you're a child, you are imagining. Everyone see imagination is nothing, and imagination is the spiritual world. Okay, let me break this down. When you close your eyes, you want everyone have this ability. Everyone tell that is open. Everyone is a clairvoyant. Everyone can travel back in time. You see, where your baby endra, it is past. Wakata when you team who are there causing in our party be. Or now before who in our team who what your friends you can see them what you so what are you doing? You have traveled back in time. Anyway, you have traveled back in time, basically, because you are there. Who no make so and each hour you know those people you talk to them so you travel back in you travel you've time travel back in time, you see. And with the imagination we can go anywhere. It doesn't mean where we the place we are going again. The notion or um the thing which is will be I think someone will say then what I'm seeing is just my imagination. There is nothing called just imagination. Everything you close your eyes and you see is as real as the physical. You are seeing the astral planes, or let me see, the spiritual world. Anyway, I will try and you are seeing it, but does it? But the difference is you are not there. You are not living in it. There is no beingness in what you are doing. You are seeing it, although there is no be. There is a mixing of something we call beingness, because your attention is locked within this body. It is electromagnetic field that does not make you being able to be in that place as if you are there. So you can see there, you can travel there with your consciousness, but your attention is locked in this body. You see? So what you have to do is unlock that, okay, the consciousness out of the body through the crown chakra, okay, so that it can go into all these places. You see? Yeah, so anyway, I think tomorrow or something we'll get deep to the whole thing. And we get deep somehow deep into, yeah, we go deep into the whole thing. And even depending on your imagination, that is how you view your universe. Imagination also has to do with state of consciousness. For example, as I was saying, you see, But I think everyone is. I think only one female is here. Yvonne. Okay, but anyway, the example is, for example, we all, if you are, when you're going in for a lady, you see, to talk to a lady, everything we do, there is a mental image, there is a mental visual image, a coursework. It gives us an impression of how we see the things to be. ɛde bia yɛhu biara yɛhu to be biara ne ɛwɔ yɛ adwene bia yɛhu no ɛde bi again ɛde bi ɛkɔ so wɔ yɛ adwene biara is in the form of an image. It is a mekɔyɛ adeɛ na sɛ adeɛ no mentimi nyɛ na saa adeɛ no a mentimi nyɛ na deɛ adwendwene sɛ wodwendwene biribi mu a it is in a form of image. It's not a form of words. Wode wodwendwene adeɛ ho deɛ adeɛ yi mɛda akɔ ebi a wokɔ baabi nkɔfoɔ mekɔ asecurity-foɔ yi wɔ hɔ. Once I walk, as I drink, there is an image accompanying it. Now, as there is an energy of old in general, as an image be, you see, as a walk pool or baby, gay, copper and gay, tibia gay, jinasui. Wow, how this gay is very, very beautiful. Once I walk outside, there is an image be a air form through which is going together with the words and I walk on. That is why, bro. I want to say we are living in a holographic universe because everything we see, we think about, it's in a form. What is everything we see, do is in a form like an image. You see, that's why we say holographic universe. You see, and that is it. You see, but anyway, I think tomorrow the time is fast spent. It's almost 9 o'clock. We spend 1 hour. I don't know if there's a question or something someone want to add. We can add it. Hey, Yvonne, is there any question you want to ask or contribution?
Question, but what time will we be meeting on Telegram or TikTok?
That is a good question. Tomorrow we don't know if tomorrow they will be on TikTok, maybe around 10 going. Okay. Hey, sorry, we'll be on Telegram around 10 o'clock going, but we'll be on TikTok. You're
Evening.
right because the TikTok, yeah, the TikTok, the network, and then you know, things are not working for us on the
I
TikTok,
think
but we'll
the
try our best
conversation that
on
we're
the
trying to
TikTok. But we'll
have, I
not
don't know if
discuss it.
everyone should be
We will not
listening.
discuss it. No. We will not have the same conversation on the TikTok. TikTok will be a whole new topic. But when we come here around 10, then we will discuss and go deep to whatever we will say. So TikTok is different from here, if I will say. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll
Okay.
start from 7 and try if the TikTok will work. After that, if it works, good. If it does not work, good. Then around 10, we will come here again and then have the discussion and the procedures and how to do. You get deep into some of this stuff. Yeah, okay. So Institute trader.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, is there any question or contribution or something? You add it here.
No,
Institute.
all my questions are
My
answered.
network went off. Is there any question or something?
All my questions are answered.
Hey, wow, that's quite interesting. I think everyone understands it. They are very, very good. Kwamina, Yansafo,
Yes, senior.
Brother Kwame. Yeah, is there any question or
Oh, no, please. No
contribution?
question. Oh,
Hey,
no.
you all understand?
No. No.
Yeah, that is very, very nice. That's very
No.
okay. Mr. Fred, Mr. Fred.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. Is there any question or something you want to add or ask?
No, I think I'm okay for now. But
Hey,
I'm waiting
Okay.
for the deeper lessons about the imagination and how do we call it? Yeah, I think so. About
Okay.
how to create things with imaginations and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. That's very good. That's very good. That's very good. Okay.
But I'm
So
still
pick it up.
trying the
Okay.
technique.
Okay. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing the technique,
Have you had
but
any experience?
I don't know why go for that is not yet to receive me.
have, have you tried the sleeping one? Both of them or just once?
Yes,
Because you
I've
need
been
to get the
trying
techniques for it.
both of
Okay.
them. So I'm still
Okay.
waiting.
No problem.
I'm still doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So patience is the key. So don't
yeah,
actually, um, rush anything. This thing it develop patiently, you know, because most of the time they need to build you up.
yeah.
They need to build you up in a way because maybe some of the experiences will be too much for you. Okay.
But I don't know
Yeah.
why. I feel differently now. With this kind of understanding I'm getting for some time now. I believe my sense of consciousness is somehow upgraded.
Yeah, Mr. Fred, we are listening, bro.
Yeah, I was saying since I came in contact with you and understanding so many things now, I feel a little bit upgraded in my level of consciousness. Sometimes with certain sensations I get at times in terms of my field like this, my field of work. If I'm going out to meet a customer, whatever expectations I put in my mind, it happens exactly as I go to meet the person, which was not happening before. So I think maybe something positive is happening to me.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Fred, that's very fine. Oh, it will reach a point there. I can focus focus improve and improve. Enshi and enshi.
Yeah,
Yeah, focus improve and improve. So yeah, so this thing, the imagination. Let me confess. Let me confess. I used to do it sometimes. Um, I used to go and play some keyboard and some, as a certain place, and then sometimes I will not, go and the leader was very, 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 kind of, if you don't come early, and then, you know, that one, this is very, very long time ago. You don't come and arrange the instrument and the keyboard. You talk, 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 talk. You know you want to come and pay you, and then okay, fine. So when I see I've made I've not done my work properly, and then I see this guy is going to talk and talk and talk and do stuff. So the moment I will go, I'll just imagine what will happen. That when I go, he will be smiling, he will not be angry, he will be fine, nothing. And lo and below, that is what will happen. exactly.
yeah,
This there's some things that like this guy. Once you do this guy will do or say this, or you do it. And when it's time for me to go there, I do it. You just imagine. It was that time crown. Uh, Again, not it was. I don't know. It was something which was part of me, kind of a thing. Now I've not come to start. It is very, very long time ago. I've not come to the understand imagination, but now I knew in a way that whatever I imagine, it kind of when I go, that is what will happen.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking to go, I know this guy who is going to make noise and say, and then I will not why you, and then he was kind of, he will be talking on, you know, in front of people, and then it will disgrace to you. So whenever we go out, like, you know, so it reached some point I'll forget that I should imagine before I will go, then I'll go, that thing will happen. But and the other time when all the times where I remember that I should do it, um, it's not like I intentionally even do it. It's more like when I wake up in my bed, I'll just do it like today, I didn't go well. This guy's going to talk, so fine. And I'll just imagine like when I go, this is what will happen. He will be smiling, very nice, good. He will not talk. It's more like he'll forget about everything. He'll talk to me nicely. After that, I release it. I'll not think about it again. So again, I think I'm revealing the secret now. So when you imagine something that you want that thing to happen, you don't want to constantly think about that thing. We have to use something we call the law of reverse effort. So when you imagine a thing that this is what will happen and you release it, so the trick is when you release it into the universe or into the ethers, there's no place for you to doubt it that it will happen or it will not happen. So in the initial, okay, this guy will talk, talk, talk. Imagine this is what will happen, and you forget. That is it. This will happen. You have the imagination. This is the same thing, and you just have it. This will happen without any doubt. You release it and try and put your attention on something else and go there. That is okay. Again, I'm giving the tricks now. But anyway, I think tomorrow,
But you're
the
good
time
too
is
that it
past.
manifested so quickly.
Hmm. Some of us need to go and find something to eat. The time is past. What, Yvonne? I'm
Saying that
listening.
it's wonderful how you were able to do it so manifest so quickly. You just think about in your room and you go there and it happens.
Yeah, it's again. That's what I'm saying. Because we don't understand it and we don't know how to do it, and then maybe we have not got the actual knowledge of how it works. That is maybe why. But if you understand it, like when I explain it to you, now you're getting the knowledge. So you can do it in all aspect of your life. You do it, you hold it, you release. Because the more you think about it, the more doubt will rise. You see, that is one of the things those. Hey, my phone will switch off. My phone will switch off. Please, when it's switch off, we have closed. Okay, we'll make it tomorrow. The battery is
Okay.
reducing now. It's now 2%. It's like it's running. When it's off, I think maybe yeah. So when I'm off, Yvonne, after everything, then you can close it. If you don't close it, it will still be on. Since you are Yvonne is an
Yeah.
institute trader, since you are what is this?
Wins.
You are admins. Yeah, you can end it manually, but if not, it will be on. Yeah. So back to what I was saying. The more you hold it, that is what one of the reasons why the manifestation people say manifestation is not working. Because the more you hold the thing constantly in the mind, that will rise because that is how the mind does. The mind it brings thoughts at the when you are trying to even have mindfulness. You see, when you are sitting down, there will be things coming in your mind, images and something. That is how the mind is. So the vibration will be interfered. So you need to, the moment you imagine that thing, this is what will happen. Okay, fine, fine. Just have the knowingness that this is what will happen. That you are so, that what you speak things to existence. That okay, fine, I'm going to the person will give me the money. Pa, 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 pa. That is what will happen. You release it into the ethers, in the universe, and you go on to what you are doing. Because from down on, your attention is shift from that thing. But when you cause that thing, you produce that thing, or you did that manifestation, the energy that you use to do it will be constantly be vibrating. There will not be any interference because your attention has been shifted from there. So there will no any doubt that will rise. So you just have to in the back of you forget it. That is how it will work. That is it.
Ita, what
Mm.
what what
You
person will
lose
give
the
you
life
money?
of it.
Could you please say it again? You said the person will give you money. What are you guys talking about? Are you teaching them how to take our money from us?
No, no, no. Make please. No, no, no. I'll just use an example, please. Please. That is why I'm saying this kind of stuff. So, you don't want to get into the, yeah. So you hold it, you release it. That is all.
But, but for
And then
instance, if you go on a big platform and you teach them, the person will give you money.
mhm.
So do this, do this, do this. So probably if somebody wants to take money from his uncle or
Yeah,
something, my
yeah,
question
you
is,
use it.
does the
Yeah,
uncle has a choice in that condition? Because you can't use your mind
yeah, yeah,
and draw my
yeah.
attention and take
He
my
has
money.
a choice. Yeah, he has a choice to counterpart or
Good.
retaliate with the same if he has the same imagination to use the imagination. That is why we should be aware of these
It's like
things
manipulation then.
because yeah, manipulation. This is a manipulation. So that is the dark side of using your power as a soul. And we are saying when you use it, it's not advisable because
You
you
get
hold your
karma,
hand, you're
remember?
going to pay for it. Yeah. So that is why I was saying the other time, humans are very, very vulnerable because these things
Very
are there
true.
and I can use it to so we so you have to be always be aware that these things are possible. So how will I protect myself from these things when it is coming? Because there's no way you could stop it if you have not able to have a way to, you know, um, 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 block it. So that is why you can actually, when you are conscious about it, then you can actually do some kind of a stuff with the imagination to protect yourself everywhere you go, so that whenever anyone use any imagination on you, it will block it away. If not,
Yeah.
maybe your auras may help you a little bit if your aura is strong, depending on your soul level and then who you are. Maybe your aura can help you. Other than that, it's free range. That is why some of the demon people or demons come here, do spiritual marriage things, take advantage of this free because we are vulnerable because we are in a 3D universe, 3D planets, and then we are not aware of these things that is happening. And again,
Ita,
fear is one
this
of the
spiritual marriage
factors.
thing,
Someone will say
is it
you
correct?
die. Yeah, it's correct.
And
It's
correct.
correct. When you
That's
sleep,
one thing I don't
see,
understand. Why do
yeah,
you
no
have to
correct.
come to the physical? Why don't you just do it in the spiritual?
Yeah, no correct. Yeah, they do it in the astral body. Oh. See, some of us, when we sleep, most of our astral bodies come out, or our inner bodies, our subtle bodies will be floating above of us. So that being can have sex through the astral body, which is the emotional body, and it will affect you, or you have the feeling because it is connected with the silver cord. You have the feeling in the physical body, but you can prevent it though. It's not something very very hard. Yeah, you can prevent it because you are not aware. They are just taking advantage of you.
Oh,
Yeah, in the same way, the masters know how to take someone's astral body out of him to travel with them in the astrals. The same way, some beings also have those awareness that they can pick your astral body from your, from you, from this physical body, and hypnotize it and do anything they want to do with it. You see, when we learn, I'm quoting this from Dr. Strange movie. Or say learning from the astral body about infinite universe means learning about infinite multiversal dangers. See, yeah. So anyway,
Peter, I thought sex
someone was
was
saying
only
something.
limited to
Yvonne
the
or
physical.
Kikian was saying something.
I thought sex was only limited to the physical.
No, no. Not say here, they don't have any sex. I think Yvonne will testify his soul travel experience. Yvonne, Yvonne, yeah, testify.
Oh my gosh. Well, I
Yvonne,
did travel. I think my very first travel in the dream state, I went to a place, I think it was a lower level, and it was just crazy what I saw there. And yeah, I yeah, let's just say things are happening.
yeah.
Yvonne, could you please
So
explain?
it is
Because
not just on the physical.
you were scared. So if you were able to go, then probably I'm wasting too much time. I gotta go. So please explain a little bit.
Go there on purpose.
Yvonne,
That
when
is the
they, and
first.
then
It was the first time we did the dream state, that new you technique. So I sang it, and then I fell asleep. And as I was going to sleep, saw myself basically flying. And then as I was flying, I realized that no, I'm actually traveling. And I went to this kind of like place, like it looked like a beach house, a very, very big beach house by the sea. And I remember before I landed, I chose how I wanted to look like. Like I chose how I wanted to appear, and I started walking. It was like a party with extremely attractive people. Like they all look like supermodels, the males and the females. And it was kind of like an orgy happening and crazy stuff. Oh my gosh. And then I remember it was getting too much that I wanted to get back to my body. So I kept pushing, I want to go back to my body. So it took the third time. And then I just felt myself like falling like in the air, like falling. And I just felt like I sucked back into my body. Like it was like a hole. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But I've heard about there's a place in the lower astrals where they do these kind of stuff.
yeah, and then I think everyone is old here. I think maybe my phone will switch off. But let me get the yeah. So sex is and because we are using the emotional body, okay, which is the astral body, which facilitates emotional sex feelings and whatever. It all contains the astral body. So in the astral planes, yeah, there's so the sex thing there. Now say here, right here. Some of you are not doing anything. Some of you will me and what amount. You are not doing
I'm
anything.
telling you, the things that
So
I've said, I can't even say, I can't even talk about it because I've never seen it before.
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
so
Yvonne. You have to talk about it because we want to listen to it. Please. Oh my God. There are not kids here. We got wife and kids here. I got 3 kids. I'm old enough. Oh my God.
Long time, I can't remember everything, but it was just, oh my gosh. But yeah, things happening. And I remember when I also traveled, I heard, I thought I wanted to say Gopaldas. It came in my mind to chant his name. But then I became afraid because I thought maybe I'll start astral traveling because he's in the astral realm. So I didn't want to say his name. And then also that time, something else weird happened where I heard this voice like talking to me. Like it was a very, very powerful, strong voice. And my whole body was having goosebumps and all sorts of stuff. So that was when I became a bit scared. I was like, hey, I don't know where I'm going to travel to next. So let me just, stay, you know. But I don't know if it was like a Sarah or EK Sam who wanted to also go to that same place. And I was like, you guys are so funny. But yeah, I don't know why ended up there, but yeah, it was crazy.
yeah. And then if your partner, if you know how to soul travel, you can have and then amount of feelings, if I would say, sensation or feeling you get when you have astral sex is, I think, 10 times the one on the physical. And you can control it. The how it will long, it will last. This is very, very funny.
So
So you
sex
can
in the
program yourself that.
astral realm is better than the sex in the physical realm. Don't make me go there, please.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That is why those who have spiritual knowledge will testify that it is very, very nice. Like the sex they have in their dreams or someone having sex with them when they are sleeping is very, very nice. It's the sensation is very, very high than the physical. Everyone who have had it will testify. And it is very, very funny because you can even increase the sensation of the. Yes, sorry, my network. We don't want to give anyone bad idea, but I think here is unfiltered. So I think even if you're a male, you can speed up the feeling to a point of ejaculation, you see, and prolong it. I don't know, maybe throughout the
Ita, how do you know all this? Does it
sexual.
mean you've been doing it or what?
Speak like that. I don't, oh no. I mean, the thing that is there.
You are talking
You
out of
can do it.
experience,
I mean,
please.
this is
Whatever you are saying right now, I
yeah.
can feel it. You're talking out of experience. Please, you've been doing this. Just show me
I
and I'll
mean,
do some, please.
oh yeah. It's possible. It's something which is there. I mean, everyone can do it. So I don't want to say I'm doing everything. I'm not doing anything. And then I mean, yeah. So as for the sex part there, I mean, it's more intensified. And then
I can also
I mean, we don't
testify
want
to
to give
that.
someone bad idea. That is not the goal, though. But again, the matter of arising, and then we are trying to explain it to people. And you can prolong it. If you are a male, you can change how your sex parts, how big or small it will look like.
Oh shit, that
Just
makes it
imagine
better.
the
Oh my
imagination.
god. Damn. Damn. Ah,
You can increase it how long. And this is not joking. I'm really, I'm really, really serious.
so
You can
Yvonne,
increase it.
did you get yourself
You
involved in
can
this
choose
stuff?
the most.
What?
I said, did you take part in the astral sex?
Yes.
Please.
That's why it was getting crazy, and I had to like get myself back into the party because it was becoming something else. So I was even afraid. So I had to come back.
So you only do
He
the
was
did the
saying,
no you sound and you went there, right?
Yes, it took me there.
no, Yvonne,
I took me there myself. I didn't.
Yvonne,
I
Yvonne, did you involve yourself with the sex as he was asking, or is
yeah, I
I
said
think
yes because I was there and it was like everyone was kissing and doing stuff. So obviously it was happening to me as well. So I was becoming afraid because I was taking it to a different level. Then I had to like keep. No, I said no. I want to go back to my body. I want to go back to my body. So the third
Yvonne,
time,
Yvonne, is it a yes or no? Because your line broke a little bit. Did you get involved or not? Yes or no?
yes,
Ah,
it was like an orgy. Everybody was kissing each other and doing. It was. Oh my god! I can't. I I wish I could explain it, but like I said, it was just the most craziest thing I've ever experienced. Maybe for a guy, maybe they'll enjoy it because But for me, I was afraid because I was like, what's happening? Can anyone hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, but I think Ita told us his battery is gonna go off. Probably it went off. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can also hear you. I think his phone is
Yeah,
off.
that was the very first time. Or you didn't join the live the time that time. Because even I think Zaki too traveled to his past life and it was like shared his experiences of his past life where he was dreaming and then he saw himself, and it was crazy. It was very interesting.
But even for you to just soul travel and straight up, you did not choose and you went to that realm. That means it was on the like you were thinking about something like that. You were going through stuff like that.
I don't know. I think I was having a little bit of fear, and I heard that if you have a little bit of fear, that's when you go usually to the lower astral. You go to lower astral planes.
Yeah, to have fear and it will take you to a lower astral realm where they're having sex.
Yes.
It has to do with you. Maybe you're thinking about it in your head.
Well, I haven't. No, I wasn't thinking about it. But the funny thing is, this is how it started. I did the new you. It was after a lesson, like he spoke, and then I did the new you, and I went to bed. So what happened was, I don't know what time it was. I heard this voice talking to me. It was like really scary. It was like, well, it wasn't. It was a very powerful voice. Like my whole body was in shock, and I was like, "What is going on?" Then the next thing I saw myself dying, and I'm
What
like,
did the
"What's
voice say?
happening?" I couldn't hear the voice properly. It was like inaudible, but it was talking. My whole body was shivering, like my whole body was literally goosebumps. I was like, it it was not loud. It had authority. Like I could hear this is the supernatural. I don't know what it was. And then it shocked me. So I was scared. I was like, what's going on? Then I started. Next thing I know, I saw myself flying in the air. I was like literally flying, and then I landed in this beach, like island place, and then I could choose how I wanted to look like. How ether explained everything. How you travel, you can even choose how you want to be. So I chose like the where I want, how I wanted to look, everything. And I started walking through this party. It was like a huge place where everyone was like, you know, I guess having fun and doing stuff. So in the beginning, I was just walking through, looking around, seeing everything, and later on, it was becoming, it was becoming crazy. And then I didn't want to be there anymore. I'm like, okay, how do I get back to my body? And then I also heard Gopada. So something was telling me I was mentioned. I must chant his name. I mentioned his name. But then I was also scared to mention his name because what if I go to somewhere else that, I wasn't. So I just wished myself back into my body and I came and I felt like a pull. Like, when you come back into it, I felt that sucking feeling. And I was like, oh my gosh. It was so crazy. So since then, I didn't do the new you again. I said, you know what? Let me. I took a break from it, but that was what I experienced the first time I did that new you sound, and yeah, that's what happened.
Lucky you. When you did the no you sound, did you do it with your eyes closed? Were you lying down? Were you sitting down? Because I tried
I
it
was.
several times and it's hard.
I just did it briefly. I didn't even do it for long, because I did have a little bit of fear in me, not to lie. And then Zaki also did his, and he traveled to his past life. He wanted to see his past life. He set his intention before he did it. You have to set your intention too. I don't know, but he set intention to go and see his past life. So when he went to bed, he went there, and he said he saw everything, and he was a woman in his past life, and he watched everything happening. He went back to his village, like the same place he was, and seeing everything, and it was crazy. The story he told us, and he was actually a bit traumatized because obviously he says that, and that's why I understand till today he's scared of cops because he just has this unreasonable fear of cops, and it has to do with his past life because he realized that there was something that happened with cops, and now he understands why he just anything to do with cops he doesn't want to hear or see, but it's from his past life. It's not like something that you're scared of or you fear so much. Oh, I don't want to hear. Sometimes it's got to do with what you're doing in your past life. So maybe you were a cop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for the experience.
Yeah, so you can do that near you as well if you want to. It's the dream state instead of the techniques. You can do the dream. You sing the sound for a bit, and then you set your intention, and then you sleep. Yeah,
I've done it. I've done it several times, and then
but you
what
set your
what
intentions.
I did not set the intention because Ita didn't tell me to set an intention. I think that was my problem.
Yeah, just I also didn't set intentions the first time, but the people like Zaki said he sets intentions every time, and they said, yeah, you can set your intentions so that I want to see my past life, or show me what I need to see, or that kind of stuff. And then maybe you have like, but I said you must sing it for long, like maybe more than about 15 minutes.
I, I was asking you, were you sitting down or you were lying on the bed, and was your
I
eyes
was in
closed?
I was in bed. We just had a lesson, like it was from I think 10 and it was almost 1. We were talking too much, getting to 1, 2 or 2 a.m. So after we finished our live, I was just going to bed and I said, okay, let me just listen to this new UNC. So I listened to it a bit. I didn't even listen to it long, and I went to bed. And then this is what happened.
So you did not even chant it. You only listen to the sound on the phone.
I listened to the sound of it. Yes, the thing with me, I realized certain things seem to happen very fast for me. So I guess that's why I have a little bit of fear, because whenever I do something, it comes fast. That's one thing I've
Wow.
noticed about me. Even with this
Wow.
dream state thing as well with Copa, yeah, it happens fast
Wow.
for me. So I guess that's why I'm a bit sometimes, afraid to do things. Yeah. But also Zaki, he had like experiences with it. EK Samias as well. Like a Sarah, all of them had the dream state, something with the dream.
All right. I will see. Mine is taking time, but uh, I'll get there.
Yeah, I think it also depends on you and how you know. But the past life really freaked. I remember Zaki out in the beginning. He was even thinking about, hey, it's too much for him. He's gonna take a break, because he said he felt the emotions, and his one was crazy because he was chased by cops, and I don't know whether they did a crime or I don't know something crazy, and then he had to run away, and it was a whole thing. So he was really really freaked out because he could feel the emotions and what happened. I think he was falsely accused of something. I don't know, but it was a whole crazy, an interesting story. So maybe if he comes back, he can share his.
Uh, I'm not interested in my past life. I'm interested in the present. That's it. I want to live now.
Yeah, true, true, true. Yeah. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna go.
All right.
Obviously, Ethan's not coming back, so I don't know if you guys are still gonna have your own conversation
No,
or must I end it?
if there's none to talk about, I'm just gonna go up.
Okay.
Bye,
All right.
bye to
Cool.
everybody.
Okay. Bye. See you tomorrow.
All right, man.
Okay. Good night. Bye.